We have 36 seconds left.
Not anymore, we don't.
Oh my
No.
god.
I know. I am Low Energy Videos, the killer of time. And, I am...
And he admits it on camera.
It knows what it did. It knows what it's...
Watch out. A cop that looks like me but larger will come and get you in the library.
um, we are joined by the Krendar
Hero.
and the Micky Richards, who is too
Yeah.
cool for a camera.
Oh yeah. Oh, appearances. Who needs that? Mentality. My voice is good now.
Your voice is fine. You've always have the soft voice, but I mean, like that's what the increasing volume is for, right? So hi chat. Hope you're fantastic. Hope you. Sorry I didn't even give you like a wasted Wednesday. I was. We have a new housemate, and we're just getting them established, and I kind of threw all my plans into basically randomness. Basically randomness.
Is he adapting well to the leash and the collar?
They never do at first.
He'll get there.
Yeah, we were all at the bottom rung once. Some of us prefer to stay there. I call those ones single question mark. Hopefully. So I want to just quickly do the whole shilling thing, and then we can just do whatever the fuck we want. We got a lot. Oh no, the algorithm will hate me with my 30 or 40 odd viewers we're expecting tonight. But yeah, if you could help the channel there, guys, by giving it an old shill, and if throughout the night we do something to your approval, please hit a like and maybe even a subscribe. Check out the links down below for all the good stuff. My Discord, Twitch, where if you subscribe before the 18th, you're able to join us for this month's watch party. Over on the Discord, which you can join, and of course, don't forget to check out Krendar's Linktree and Micky's Micky's account down there.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, and of course we have a stream goal. Anything given, greatly appreciated via Streamlabs, and if you do, Krendar gets a cut while he's on stream. That's what the BB is for. Bearded Boone. Bearded Boone. Now I'm just picturing Boone from Fallout, from New Vegas with a beard. Yeah,
That's fair.
yeah. It's not the most amazing image in the world. I'm sure there's a mod out there for it. Let's see how he is up to there, chat. Just so we're clear, I'm expected to believe this rambling is in fact bearded. Yes, I'm proving it right now. Grandar, could you show the ye of little
We have
faith
to take
there?
your word for it because your TV is right up to your chin, so we can't even see you have a beard.
No, you kind of can now.
Where's mine?
Ooh,
All right here.
majestic.
Glorious.
Mickey.
Also, you can hear the beard in Mickey's voice.
Yeah, he is a beard.
Yeah,
Yes.
I have a beard now.
Goes well with your
Really
sort of
fluffy at the
70s
moment.
drifter trucker
Yeah.
mentality that you got going on.
Hmm.
Guy you pick up and then you're never heard from again.
Yes, that's what you want first impressions to be. Murder trucker. Yeah.
But in a good way,
Well,
if there is such a thing.
if there is.
I mean, I played Saints Row. There's such a thing.
So far, beards also coming out 2 out of 3. Bearded ramblings. Yeah. Oh, sometimes we do have the full roster of it all. Like the rambling is guaranteed. There was a time I didn't have a beard. A few years, last year, I shaved it off, and it's coming back nicely. Tubes. I don't miss the giant wizard beard though. But I do love shocking people with it. I'll tell you who loved it the most. Muslim men. They'd cross the street to ask me how I pulled it off.
Oh, so an excellent reason to get rid of it then.
Oh, come on, it was flattering. Like
I suppose.
yeah, like they were just like in awe of it. They said they never seen they never would see a Westerner who wasn't like, they could tell straight away the way I would dress and stuff like that. I wasn't like a Muslim that had a beard that big. And I'm like, oh, you should go to Fibber McGee's. Well, of course, they're not going to go to a pub, are they? Especially a pub full of, like, edgy 15, 16-year-old atheists. And bikers, all with, like, crucifixes tattooed on their backs. Yeah, okay, maybe not, don't go there. Unless you like hardcore rock and trash metal, then hell yeah.
Or you could go with that Dante's Inferno video game where he took out a needle and thread and sewed a crucifix into his chest.
I hate that game has been making the comeback in people's minds, because then people will demand a remaster, and the answer to that should be no. I remember how crappy that game was. It was so try-hard. I do.
Also, it was just missing giant chunks of content. Like, I remember there being certain levels of hell you'd go to that were just like 2 or 3 rooms, then you're done.
Yeah, they were like platforms.
Yeah, it's like some sections of the game were like full-on levels, and some sections were just like that short little thing. Also, not nearly enough naked people in the last level of hell. Disappointed.
Very much so. Or even in the animated short that came out with it, done by the same people who did those terrible Dead Space animations.
Yeah, although I do believe the last level did have demonesses that tried to eat you with their crotch or something like that. So that was at least on.
Yeah, I think the
brand,
crab walked at you, if I remember right.
Yeah. So they had at least one cool enemy there.
Yeah. Alright. So we got actually a lot of different things to watch tonight, and I think we should start off by showing off something that the one of our longtime fans posted. Wap wap wap.
Just speak Canadian.
Dude, it's Troy.
It's just Troy, though.
Lovely Skyrim weather we've all heard about.
Cold.
Yeah.
Thank you, Troy. I wouldn't have guessed it was cold.
Wow.
Yeah, thanks for letting us know.
Didn't know snow was cold. Yeah, I thought, white stuff. I thought it was hot out. Yeah.
You may like this one edit stuck in my head. Why? Okay, this is why I don't like TikTok. It's strange and scary, and I don't know it. But yeah, like how did you guys handle the blizzard? Or has it hit you guys yet?
Very Canadianly.
So it's it's just a Tuesday. It's just this is a Sunday for you then, basically.
Yeah. Well, just to mention, as I briefly mentioned this before we went live, for the benefit of the viewers,
Cheers.
It was snowing on my head inside of the restaurant while I was working that day. So that was fun. Coming through the ducts.
Sweet. We just got €7, by the way, from Troy.
Hey.
He just said cheers.
Just Troy, though. Thank you, sir.
Troy.
These €7 are cold.
It's cold though.
Yeah.
That day at work was very boring because for some reason there's a big blizzard and nobody wanted to come to the restaurant. I don't know why.
Normally people, you think that they'd brave the cold for your award-winning pizzas now made by Crendar.
Yeah.
Exactly. They must have known that I wasn't on the pizza desk that day.
Oh,
They didn't
well,
come in.
that answers that question.
Well, that explains everything. It has nothing to do with the snow.
Yeah, exactly.
Mickey, did we go for pizzas in New York or did we go for burgers? I can't remember which.
I think burgers.
Yeah, it
Pizza
was.
burgers.
Yeah,
It
we
was
stopped
like
at some little place and.
He was like run by a Tunisian guy, wasn't it? Something like
think so,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
One of those little hole-in-the-wall place, but it was good.
It was a real hole in the wall too. Now looking back, and it was like a little like cubby of a building, like around on the street. I bet because it's New York and it's like in proper Manhattan, New York. I bet like the rent there costs
that's-
a fortune.
It's probably like 5,000 US a month or something. Probably maybe a lot more.
Yeah,
it's
Christ.
pricey.
Makes you wonder how well they weren't bad burgers. I remember they weren't bad burgers. Yeah. Right. Oh, and if you guys are wondering, the meetup is still on, but unfortunately, it won't be for Paddy's Day. It is now being pushed back to. It's still in Philadelphia, though. I'm going to be pushing it to the other end of the year. It will be around about August, September, which I'm going to say for one simple reason. I'm making that decision, and it isn't just money. The weather. I'm sick and tired of going to America when it's nothing but a block of ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that.
I want the
You can get
sweltering
it home.
heat of Pennsylvania, you know? The humidity that
Or
will...
maybe something in between. You know, doesn't have to be one extreme or the other.
Well, I suppose it won't necessarily have to be, because I'll be right on the coast, so unless there's no wind
I mean, if you
that
want
particular
sweltering
day.
heat, go to Vegas in the summer. Except don't. 'Cause that's
Well, that's
terrible.
dry heat, and I'm okay with dry
Yeah.
heat. I love me some dry heat.
Although, speaking of Vegas, old or new, are you excited for the Fallout TV show that's starting next month?
Sure, we showed it on a stream a while back, didn't we? We showed the
Yeah, but I was just pointing out like that's gonna start.
hell yeah, April, isn't it?
On check it out. I thought it was February,
Could be February.
which is why I said next month.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they pushed it back since I saw. I don't know.
It's our boy. Unfortunately.
Hey,
Why the hell am I still alive? I'm sorry, guys. I'm
Great
distracted.
question.
My parents are.
I see a
Now-
force ghost.
He was brought back in for the remaster at the end when they're all celebrating, and he's just like in the shadows eyeing up Leia.
No, she's too old for him.
Oh, he's going to aim for one of the Ewoks. No, one of the little baby Ewoks.
He would.
Oh God. Oh God.
Oh, he's gonna turn it into his new
away.
plushie, his new My Little Pony plushie. He's got a jar next to him.
You mean the special My Little Pony plushie that has a hole in the back?
Yeah. Oh, look.
Normally by my
God.
room like that. A family member actually showed me their asshole, and it always stuck with me because I thought it would do pretty well on YouTube. So the red pill community tried various things to get me off. Otherwise, I would be in my.
He
backyard
looks like
fucking
a
something
heroin
animals.
addict.
I guess that's the American dream.
He
or
might be.
whatever. And the thing of it is this, guys. I just want to fuck a frog. You know what I mean? Slowly, God called me to fuck the frogs. That's just what he wants. These Africans who moved to my mother's house. My presence bothers them because they see somebody fucking a frog who's actually genuinely happy. So I can't my asshole. It's actually pretty much dead now. So there you guys go. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
That's his best video yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, he just free candy.
How's it going, bitch? Sensei Jared Genesis here. I tried making this video yesterday, but I was having issues with my balls.
Jared Jelly
Today I wanna
Jugs.
talk about
Yeah.
what it really means to be a black man.
Fitness and retro gaming.
Black man, in a way, is like being the new Steven Seagal. And so because of that, I've decided to just be a black man. Being a black man, more than anything, is the mastery of the streets. And if you want to take it to a spiritual aspect,
55th Street.
Frank, the White Ranger, is your greatest enemy. Jason David Frank put me on the ground, shit on my chin, and put his fingers in my butt. If he was in middle school, I would have came in a heartbeat. But my butt, I'm not here to do that. That's what cowards do. For those of you who are wondering if I quit martial arts, no, I never did martial arts. I'm more concerned about.
I was like,
candy.
how lame is that guy behind him? That's him.
And if I do get the opportunity to show kids my balls,
So
I will
therefore
take
you were
it.
correct.
I'm 36, and I have no interest in you if you're past the age of 10. God bless.
Sad
Technically,
thing is that part wasn't an edit.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Although he will
Oh my
say
God.
that he will say anyone, and the amount of women that he just goes after. Like I saw on his channel a few days ago, he was like he was basically just doxing women on from Plenty of Fish, like showing off their profiles and rating them, and it's just like he's doing it from the shitty little bedroom as well.
Mm-hmm. Also, I like this recommended one on the left. Jared Genesis is a lol cow. Thank you for the most obvious statement this century.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
He was an upstanding human being.
The only thing standing is all the air in his room.
I like where Jake went with the name of his cooking channel.
Actual cooking. Yeah, he was basically just constantly going after Lord of Patriarchy and other people like that, and he's like, you know what, fuck it. You know, I'm always talking about how to make good food, so here we go. So let's try the ribeye. Not the whole thing. It's like 16 minutes.
We're making a ribeye, probably mashed potatoes, asparagus. First step, always salt. You want.
Look at him wearing a glove like he's working in a restaurant or something.
Yeah.
We're gonna do all sides.
Now, I might have mentioned this before here, chat, but a while ago, he told Lady and myself how to make steak in like a lot of detail, which I was always grateful of, but I never actually put into practice. Anytime I make steak, I always make it once I'm finished. I'm like, oh, that was really... Oh, bollocks, I forgot to try. So, I'm very curious about this.
This is every time. When you get whole big pieces of meat, I mean really pork, chicken, beef, but especially steak, you want this to penetrate in. You want this to be seasoned throughout, so a bite...
Is that Monster? Wait, he's not going to go full cobes, are we? Is he?
To be seasoned.
Oh, I hope not.
I hope so.
Nice amount of pepper on both sides. So we're also going to get the edges. So you might see people roll around steaks on cutting boards. This is why.
Yep.
This is what they're doing. There we go. That's
Tonk.
prepping a steak. Steak prepped. This is going to sit on a rack just so there can air can flow around it in my fridge for about an hour. You can do it overnight.
Okay.
The outside is going to start to express some moisture. We're going to pat it dry when that happens, when we bring it out to cook. This is all part of the browning process. It's very important. If you don't do this step, you will have a less juicy steak.
Imagine if this video was cut around like Jared's one.
When this sits and rests after we're done
Big
cooking,
juicy ass.
this is going to retain its juices much better than an unsalted piece of meat, especially one that hasn't been sat for a second.
Juices.
So this is going to help break it down, tenderize it, do a bunch of stuff. Do not
Tender
skip this step.
juices.
If you do, you're making bad steak. There we go. That's it. Next, we're going to probably make mashed potatoes and asparagus. All right, time for potatoes. We brought.
Did he not break it up? Oh, Jake. We're not here for potatoes and asparagus. In fact, I can't stand asparagus.
I like it. It's good stuff. And it makes you smell funny.
It does. I'm here for the steak, so where is the steak?
Yeah, I want that meat.
Yeah.
Well, steak will be at the end.
Here, it's all bubbling. Oh no.
Here's some sauce.
Sauce. Let's have a look at some sauce.
About the same amount, plenty. You don't want these potatoes to be too runny, but
Yeah.
as you know, potatoes can take some dairy. So now you have roasted garlic, sage, some thyme. We're gonna let that steep for a second, just on a low heat.
No rosemary? Lame.
Lid on this for a second.
Not a very good song without the rosemary.
I want this parsley. I want this.
Oh,
Meat.
excuse me. That is not you use a knife. What's wrong with you?
Oh yeah? You got yourself your first critisements?
This man does not learn to knifing correctly.
I think he did work in McDonald's, I know that.
Oh, that's
And-
the problem.
I think he did work in like an actual like restaurant at some point, but do say what's wrong here with the knife?
You know what? Continue with the video. I will get you a prop to show you. I'll bring it
Okay. See, kids, we're off to something educational today.
similar to like anytime you sort of cut
I
leafy
would have
herbs,
no idea he's cutting it wrong.
you have to do it perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Bundling them up
I
in
am
a
generally
thing just makes me easier. I just
confused.
cut down the middle in between my fingers and then do the opposite. All of this is going into our potatoes. So you see this is smoking a little bit. I'm sure you can see that a little.
I mean, he was
All
successful
boiled
at cutting
down.
those onions, but there's a better way to. All right, so here's
Although
my
I'll make
kitchen
you,
knife.
I'll obviously make you all big screen so people can see what the hell
Yeah.
you're doing. Wap 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 wap.
Welcome to Culinary School Knife Skills 101.
Good enough.
Right? Are we ready?
Let's do it, man. Do what you do best.
Right. So he's doing it like this, right? He's controlling his knife like this.
Yep.
You're supposed to do it like this. Like you get you're holding it this way, so you're actually holding onto the base of the blade a little bit with your fingers on both sides.
Okay.
You can control the blade better that way.
Ah.
Also, if you're trying to cut anything that's like tougher to cut, obviously that was onions, that was easy. But if you have to really push down on the blade, you're gonna hurt your finger this way. Whereas if you do it this way, you can like really lean your body weight on it if you gotta.
Aren't you more inclined to get like an accident or cut yourself holding the blade the other way though?
Quite the opposite actually. Like I said, you got better control over it. Because
Fair
your
enough.
thing is, it's not sharp at the back here. It's only sharp at the bottom, and you're only holding the top of it.
Uh-huh.
So you will it is a little bit sore after a little while because you got the back of the blade rubbing against your finger. But that's why they call if you see somebody who's got a callus right here, that person cooks a lot
Ah.
because you develop a callus from doing that, and then it doesn't bother your finger anymore.
See, Jake, we've only watched about half of one video, and already we're ripping apart your so-called superiority. We should have like a chef, like an Iron Chef, Krendar versus Jake.
Yeah.
Winner gets to take on
Or
Cobes.
cooking.
I keep telling Jake to go and go look towards Cobes, but I think he feels bad. Like he feels like he's too mean to the guy.
I mean, he could do some of those like watch a Cobes cooking video and then fix it and do it right.
I think he did once years ago. He might have actually just like gotten bored with him and moved on because he knows who Cobes is.
Maybe. I'm getting pretty bored with Cobes. I don't blame him.
Well, that's unfortunate because we're going to look at him after this as a comparison. Awkward moment.
I mean, his bad cooking videos are fun, but those are the only videos of his I really give a shit about anymore.
That's it. Awkward moments of self-realization. For the right price, I am the My Little Pony plushie with the whole... Hey, we all have that price, okay? It might not even be money. It could be, for example, the chance to relive our childhood. Though try not to combine those two things at the same time, or else you've got yourself something that Jared will be very on board with, but no one else will.
That's a certain back room at the furry convention.
Potatoes can take some dairy. Those words mean nothing in that order, but I know what you mean. Grandar doing culinary stuff. Control the blade, not the handle. Karen could do a cooking show. You could do a cooking. I've always thought that could be an interesting thing you could do, like something to turn your channel into on YouTube other than or even on Twitch.
Unfortunately, my kitchen's a bit cramped, and I don't really have a good place to prop a phone camera up or anything like that. So I don't know if it would work out logistically right now, but yeah.
Well, you don't have to do it in the kitchen.
Not
cook
enough.
in the bathroom or something.
Yeah, that guy that Canadian guy who was like clearly mentally unwell and just thought in like the 12th dimension, and he was like he put in the. You remember he put like the piece of meat, leaving it on his toilet.
Oh,
and,
he's Canadian, but yeah.
I watched a documentary on him. He is actually a lawyer, and he is very aware that what he does is different. What he says is simply he thinks differently than anyone else, and he has no sense. He never grew up with a sense of self-control whatsoever. Like when you think, "Hey, that's a stupid idea."
I believe that, but
yeah.
I have a hard time believing he's not trolling us with those videos.
I don't know if what the documentary was 100% like legit or not, but after I watched it, I'm like, oh, okay. Well, if that's a reason why, I guess. But he's also obsessed with his sister, and I mean like really obsessed with his sister.
Cute.
Good response.
See how it shimmers
I'd be obsessed
and
with this sister
smokes
too.
immediately? Alright, this is plenty hot. Turn our fan on because we're in our house. One last pat down. This is all going to come together really quick. We're going to do the asparagus
Just
last
slap
as
that
it's
meat.
rests.
Come on.
The steak down, and when you do, press it. You want to make sure that you get good connection.
Look at him touching his meat without his glove on
Alright.
now.
Yeah.
That's going. It's going to wait
There's
for a
blood
second.
all over his hands.
Alright. This is done. We just wanted to get this up to a simmer. You can fish out the time if you want. You can also
I always
Noise
do
is
that.
making me hungry though.
get some of the
I
leaves
know,
out
right?
if you want. You can skip the time step, but it will be noticeable. See how some of it fell off. You can also pick that clean. I just didn't want to do labor. This is going to go in.
Okay,
And
we'll
we're gonna use
skip
our
on
fork.
back to the more meats. We're focusing solely on the meat.
You can see how we got a nice even sear across the whole thing.
Y'all see that
girl.
sear? Y'all see?
Nice even sear.
Y'all see?
At this point,
I
I'm going to put a
do.
little butter on top.
Ooh. Even the butter is
Now,
aesthetically
these we're just going
pleasing.
to toss in there after this is done. Little lemon pepper.
You see, Cobes? That's
You
all
get,
you need.
fresh
You don't need
lemon.
a whole
Perfect
thing of
time to use
country
some fresh
crock.
lemon zest. I also shave these. I normally don't.
Just cut to
but
5
I've seen
minutes
some
from now.
people
we're
clean them up a little bit.
The country
You know, and do
crock.
it like a French roast.
Yeah, he
or
actually-
things like
I've
that,
seen
but,
clips of it. He
just
will
take
have.
some of some asparagus can get, so anyone take too
And
much
I think
off,
he
but,
says that beautiful
let's see
word
if
we
that
love
cooks
so
any
much,
different. Alright, this is
congealed.
almost done. What we're looking for, it's like 135, 140 or so in the center. But we're only at 95. So we got a ways to cook, which is great. This is beautiful.
It
Alright.
smells great.
So we're going to keep this going until it reaches
It does look like it smells
an
great.
internal temp of like 130, 135. I'm just going to go back in the same hole.
Oh, you say?
Or
Dude.
110. Alright. I think we're ready there. Let's see what the other side looks like.
I love when you're doing a steak and it starts to look like a country or a county or like an actual like province.
It's your food map.
Piece to the side. Oh yeah. They are nicely caramelized.
That fan
This is
better
what
be
happens when
working
you do
around the
salt in the
clock. That's a
beginning.
lot of smoke.
Get a nice crust. Look at that. So good. You want to make sure you get the
See, you don't get people do this very often where
fat
they're making
side.
sure the sides are cooked too. You know?
Yeah,
Get a sear on all
I
edges.
often
and
forget to do that
seared.
myself. Sometimes I remember.
also rendered. The fat rendering is the best part of a ribeye, in my opinion.
Well, that's not flavor unless it's been melted down, you know?
All right. Maybe right there. One last kiss of heat, and we're done. Look at it.
It looks pretty
Beautiful.
good. Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's skip to
Beautiful.
the end.
So that's how to steak.
That's how to steak.
Quite easy. Might as
That
well
looks
try one of
pretty
these
damn
boys.
good.
Yeah.
Well,
I
perfect.
don't, like I said, I still don't know about the asparagus sticks, but still, you know,
Eat the
whatever.
steak. Why is he chewing on the asparagus?
Yeah, but
Oh, he-
what are you,
he's
like
in
a
state
rabbit?
already. We just skip past that part.
Yeah. Fucking rabbit food over here.
Hey, asparagus is traditional with steak, if I'll have you know.
You were gonna call me a fuck, weren't you?
I don't know what I was going to say. I had a mental skip there for a second.
Oh no, I triggered you. All right, let's find that. Actually, I know exactly who. Oh, here it is. There we are. Beep, 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 beep. So yeah, I recommend you go and check out Jake's side channel. He probably won't do it forever, but you know he'll give you a basic rundown of making quality food.
Somebody make a clip of me correcting Jake on how to use knives and send it to him.
Yeah, yeah, maybe we should do it. Next week we should have the same as. Well, I think Sun's going to be on next week, and we can introduce him to Jake if he doesn't know who he is, and then we can be like, so what do you think's wrong here, there, son? And he's like, oh, well, it's clearly holding the knife wrong, and you just see you beam with pride at him.
I'm just like,
Bogdan Chronicles music is just amazing for
We
this.
do want a sandwich.
It's like
keep that pause for a second. Something about that intro music makes me want a Mega Man game with Coves.
Oh, where it's like the backdrop is just like bleak Casper, Wyoming, and he's like firing. Yeah, he's firing from his wand. I'm just thinking, like, it's just the comparison between what we just watched and now this. It's like when we had Landon on, and like well, you know, Cobes, he's always about that healthy eating.
Big cheesesteak hot pockets, and we got the
Croissant.
sandwiches. I microwaved it to let cheese start the bubble. Oh, that's piping hot.
Edible.
Microwave
Maybe.
that hot
It
dog,
looks
that's
like
sweet,
food, I
man.
suppose.
Joking with his ring still on as usual.
Of course. Oh, and he got attacked by a cat, so that's what's up with his finger.
What?
I told these YouTube
Yeah,
trolls.
so he found a cat in a cage nearby one of his neighbor's place, and he let it out, but apparently it did not like that and attacked him, and now he hates cats. It also ran off into like the freezing cold that killed Puff, so there's a chance that he's killed 2 animals now. Oh, we love you,
it's
Cobes, except
kind
when
of-
you don't. It's kind of what he does.
It's about to suggest that maybe if this cat is in the cage, it's in the cage for a reason, but then apparently it's in a cage outdoor in the cold, so maybe letting it out was a good idea? I don't know.
It's kind of up in the air, but
There's a lot of Casper, Wyoming going on in this story.
True. The cat had been sniffing fentanyl it found on the side of the road. It would just needed some time to come down or die. You know, like either way.
I told them. I told these fucking goddamn YouTube trolls. I told them.
Don't mix your trolls up with your cooking videos,
Hot
man.
pocket is steaming hot, Doc. I'm gonna go for a little bit longer. Not too much longer though.
Langa. Oh, the paper plates were a smart idea. You probably break
yeah,
so
that
many.
hot pocket is hot, son. Ooh, that hot pocket's hot. Hot.
Do you
Yeah,
remember,
it happened in the microwave.
Remember TJ's video of coal pockets?
No.
Yeah.
Neither of you remember that?
Maybe.
He did like a whole skit where he saw someone say hot pockets, more like coal pockets, and he just has this mental breakdown. And Chelsea finds him in a bathtub, covered in blood with like coal pockets written on his naked chest.
That's very TJ.
Cold pockets.
I mean, if you don't cook it long enough, yeah, there's ice in there still.
Yep. Boop.
Stack it right on top of there like that.
Look at the size of
Excessive.
look at the size of the bread in comparison to the filling. I will not call that meat.
By regular people standards, yes. By Cobe's standards, he's only getting started.
Right.
You're damn
This isn't
right.
even the video I was
Look at
thinking
that
of showing
shit.
off, but like this will work.
Scoop
What
that
is
shit to the
that?
middle, son.
It's a croissant. It's a croissant sandwich and a hot pocket merged together into into like a Dragon Ball fusion dance.
Yeah. Also, this bottle of what is this, new grape? That sounds like some dystopian bullshit.
Right.
This is not grape juice. This is
New
a
grape.
soda made of new grape.
Yeah,
Which
one-
is a synthetic thing that looks like a grape and tastes nothing like it.
You won't even taste the difference.
That
Tastes
right there in the
purple.
middle, just like that.
Yeah.
It needs some
Tastes
damn
like purple.
sauce.
Ranch.
What do we got?
It's gonna use
What
some
was
fire.
the
We got some
patty
bacon
he put on the
ranch.
croissant
Here-
there? There's some, oh, it's egg. Okay.
Yeah.
Valley Ranch.
On top of it. Not underneath, just on top of it. So it's going to be extra
I want you to
messy.
look at this damn sandwich.
Well, he'll probably
Look
put something
at
else
it.
on top of it. Everything, right?
Look
The
Look
top
at
of
it.
the
We're
croissant.
gonna sandwich it. Woo!
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Now he's got a cum hole on the top of his
Easy to try to
sandwich.
make.
Welcome to the cum zone.
The real question on people's minds is,
Zone.
God damn it, I got ranch all over my fucking cell phone case.
Cole. Oh, no, no, no,
Son of a
no,
bitch.
no, 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 no,
Giving the
no.
fans a big kiss.
How is that? How is that not a war crime? Forget Israel and The Hague. That should be in the fucking Hague.
The UN just
Need an adult.
Captain Cobes.
I don't think any of us are ever growing up after this. We'll always be in this. We'll always be the little kids scared and alone in the Bearded Ramblings TV boxes. As Cobes licks us.
We're getting our log cows mixed up now because I swear we were watching Cobes, but suddenly I feel like I'm around Jared.
That movement Cobes did is Jared's entire like aura. They have the same energy.
Yeah, lick it.
Don't lick it.
Yeah, lick that bacon ranch off your cell phone case.
Ugh.
You see how this grape soda be tasting?
Can we pretend that never happened? Yes, we can, but will it fix anything? No.
Open it up.
Hey, artificially flavored grape soda, I called it.
You don't want to come off. There it goes. Grape soda.
Something from the cyberpunk dystopia.
Grape soda.
Did he just fart?
You played Cyberpunk 2077, right?
Yeah, with all the fake foods and shit in it.
Yeah, you remember how they have an ad for something called Real Water?
Yeah, a real
Society produces new grape.
or
Nancy
the
did though. I
the dance.
it's ridiculous.
You should do one of the.
Yeah.
You should do that dance in one of your videos, there, Mickey.
Probably.
Oh, there you go.
It's like flossing, but it's not even. It's not even like. It's more like flaw. It's not even like fully flossing. It's just flaw.
It's definitely
Grape soda.
Flaw. Yeah.
Grape
Flaw.
soda.
All right then.
It's half of a floss. Oh, those teeth.
Oh,
That's
they've
not
gotten
too
so
shabby.
worse.
Woo! That
This
is
wasn't
an
the video I was
explosion
thinking of, but
grape
we got so
flavor
many
in
other
your
things to
mouth.
watch. So after.
But the question on everyone's mind is, what the fuck is up with this microwave mess of a sandwich?
That is one of several questions we have. Yes.
That's the most self-aware thing he's ever said. I'm surprised he's finished.
Oh yeah, Philly cheesesteak
16
sandwich
more.
hot pocket.
So he seems very engaged with this.
Oh, that's an explosion of grape flavor. Grape flavor.
The skull said that.
I don't know what's happening
Oh
right now.
shit.
Next time you all complain that my camera's out of sync, you just remember Cobes exists.
What's the verdict on this sandwich?
It's all relative.
It's busting, YouTube. I'm liking it.
If he says Riz,
Food hack for your face.
I think that word will be officially like.
Oh yeah,
dead.
that's a food hack, ladies and gentlemen.
Should be.
Up YouTube, it's your boy King Cobra back at it with another video. Sitting back, sipping on a grape soda that my fans sent.
Great.
I opened it in my last food hack video, which
Unquote grape.
check that out. 1 second.
He said that with such pride when he said the food hack video. Like right now, I made a short video about my Roomba, and it's getting some numbers, so maybe check it out. That's how you do it, Cobes. Keep up, kid.
Sponsor. So my YouTube trolls sent me a text message talking all this shit about me and Jessica and threatening to scare her off and all this crap, and I let them have it.
He's scaring her off, though.
I'm like, here's the thing of it. If my
She doesn't
YouTube
think it's
trolls
gonna
got a
happen now.
girlfriend, I wouldn't try anything to scare them off because I wouldn't have to.
Oh.
Oh, I did. I let them have it.
Oh,
too.
get this,
Right?
but
You would have to try. I agree.
Get the. She set up a GoFundMe that I helped spread around just for the memes of like trying to get up to Casper, and she constantly changed the numbers of how much she needed to get up there, and eventually she realized she couldn't just take the money, and she dropped it quietly. It's like because people were giving her cash, but if she did get the money she needed for the flight, she'd have to go out and see him. So no matter what way you slice it.
Cobra rules your sad fucking life. Otherwise, you wouldn't care if I go live. You wouldn't care if some chick who's almost 40 wants to fuck me. You would not physically fuck me.
He has to remind us that she is of
fact,
age.
if my YouTube trolls met one of my female trolls and we hooked up on the basis of we both hate Cobra, I'd be like, good for you. It could distract them from their hatred of Cobra. And
It won't be turned into alcohol the more you shake it, man.
YouTube trolls, man, because there are celebrities I don't like, but I don't spend every waking moment trying to come up with these clever, fucking stupid schemes to harass.
You wouldn't shut up about Dylan Mulvaney.
He's a celebrity again, right?
Hmm?
This is another moment where he's delusionally thinking that he counts as a celebrity.
Yeah, he's.
And
He's not even a Z celebrity. He's like a.
You don't tell them what you're doing. That's not very effective, is it?
He's something.
No, the trolls can't handle it when I get a girlfriend. It just drives them nuts.
But you don't have a girlfriend.
I mean, Christ, I haven't even gone on a date with Jessica yet. They're
Then
already
she's not
fucking
your
trying as
fucking
hard as they can to
girlfriend.
harass
She's
her.
not your girlfriend.
And honestly, it's pretty disgusting. Like.
Oh, you
I
know a few things about disgusting, huh?
Bully an autistic person for hating sickos. Oh, and then we're gonna.
Hey, counter-arguing. How about an autistic person bullying you for being a sicko? Your boy in the house. That was a very autistic response.
Every chick that tries to get with him.
Eagle flies
Who
by.
does that shit?
And it's the one that's Jared having sex with.
And you know what separates me from my YouTube trolls is I don't have an entire subreddit page dedicated to hating my trolls.
You wouldn't know how to set one up.
I've only gotten like 2 text messages from these fuckers in like the last 3 to 4 days. I'm wearing them down. Nah, 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 nah.
You will be so lonely if they were to leave tomorrow. You'd have nothing.
And YouTube doesn't give a shit if I get harassed outside of their platform unless it gets real serious. So it's pretty much up to me and my fans to combat these losers.
Cubs, how did you become so
Jessica
cool?
wants to fuck Josh and date him and all this other stuff, and you can't handle it. A lot of chicks think I'm attractive, but they don't want to say shit about it because...
Citation needed.
The cop from LA Noire just phases in behind him, press X to doubt.
They're afraid of being harassed by my loser idiot trolls who clearly need to get laid more than I do. And I know I'm right.
I wouldn't say no to getting laid.
And they wouldn't harass Jessica. I told them. I told them.
I told him. I told him. I told him. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I did. Uh-huh. Oh my God! Scroll back up. Hold on. The very rightmost picture of him in the banner is
Yeah, that's the fish lips one. By the way, they found a woman. We're not gonna watch the whole video, but I'm gonna skip ahead and find her. Everyone's calling her Cobra's mom.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
You could just cook it like this, but we're splitting it up so we can.
They look so similar.
And we're also gonna take some for.
Are we sure this isn't just a gender swap?
Fucking pronouns!
Why is she making a ham flour?
Oh, very polite. You said it's called a spready. I believe it's called a spready.
She showed.
Hey, Crandar, do you want to give us another knife lecture?
No, that was legit.
That's what all good chefs do.
Just drop your knife after basically eagling out your fucking ham.
On the floor, so I'm just gonna
I'm just
Did
gonna
we find
pick it
the
up.
TV?
Oh wait, my
On
foot.
top of that, you don't know the whole situation or the kind of shit that Laura put me and my dad through. They find some random.
All right, I just wanted to show that. Yeah. I'm sure we're gonna see more of her. There is one more thing left, but you guys will probably also appreciate it because it's nice and short. This is the true and honest Kling Saunders interview.
When you share this, they're going to take everything I say and twist it, and they're going to turn it.
Do.
I don't know this person.
This is his dad.
First things first.
Their son. You never saw the interview?
Nah.
Let people know who you are.
My name is Josh's dad.
You know,
Hey, Josh's dad.
He seems way cooler than Josh already.
Oh, he is a fucking... He's a righteous dude.
Everybody wants to know why. Guess what? He's slowly killing himself. I don't know what can be done, to be honest with you.
I think it's funny.
I was really, really hoping to watch it happen.
This is one of the most
And I told
disappointed
Josh
men on the
this all
planet.
time. I'm sorry, Josh. I love you. You've always been a good person to me, but I can't. You know what I mean? And I mean this sincerely. Not gonna change. Period.
Yeah. So.
Mhm. Except for the worse, maybe.
Over to Josh. What was Josh like as a kid?
This only happened a few days before Christmas, and they had another big fight where this is when he was like trying to drink his horrible mead and offer it to like a family member and shit like that, and he was told he had to leave.
And the thing with Josh is, I swear to God, Josh and I fuck. You know? Yeah, I enjoy the process.
Well, that ended his dry spell.
Some of this shit I put this poor kid through when he was little. It was brutal.
Oh, he won't try it all anymore.
And I just loved it. But he was so traumatized. Even now, look at the look on his face. He's like, really? You're going to bring that up? You know? It's hard not to watch, as gross as it can be. So people are often like, oh, but I enjoy it. You know? And he enjoys it.
I do. I enjoy it. It makes me feel good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously you're family members, but you're you know, you're happy together.
Selfishly, yeah. This is my boy, Clint Saunders, sex parent, because he was just
Sex parent.
Cobra cock. I see it.
This guy's awesome.
You know what I mean? Balls and made him feel
Balls.
really good. I can't help it, you know.
I want to see his
Still a
cooking
dad.
videos.
What do you think is different when you compare Josh now to when he was younger, when you guys were in that butting heads phase?
Really, the only different. Well, Josh is not a plant. He's a human being, and I had to accept it. Oh my God! When I was a little kid, he literally murdered a minor with disabilities, and at the same time, I get it. I'm guilty of it myself.
And I think you're talking a lot about, you know, Josh growing and becoming more self-reflective.
I hope
think it's
Son's
also
seen
respectable
this.
that you,
If not, I'm gonna
you
drop
have
it.
that same
Oh, I gotta show it on
learned
next week.
to, you know, both better your relationship. This is pretty inspiring. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, it's just parenting, you know. And to be honest with you, I'm such a piece of shit parent, and nobody gives a shit about Josh, but I'm cool with it, you know. Typically, Josh and I fuck snakes, cobras, Big Ben, bell towers, animals, and older people. Oh my God! Good Lord, the stuff that I've seen that kid put in his mouth. Hard cock. Oh my God! One every 10 minutes, every 24 hours.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would agree that you're you know, genuine piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great interview. You learn a lot about what Cobes is like as a kid and shit. But all right,
Vastly different people, eh?
Oh God, the guy's really cool. He's a part of Blue Man Group, or at least he's worked with them. That's where is it? Here. Let's look at some news. The New York City Synagogue tunnel incident. I'll bring up some footage to go with this because I'm really surprised now that it's actually now a it has its own wiki page and shit. But where is the fucking video I had lined up? What the fuck? What the fuck? Me from a... There we go. Aha. So, secret tunnel in New York synagogue leads to brawl between police and worshippers.
A group of Hasidic Jewish worshippers, mostly students, were arrested this week after their secret tunnel was discovered under a Brooklyn synagogue. A small faction of worshippers there decided that they wanted to expand the synagogue. So apparently in secret they've been sort of digging within the basement, connecting the existing synagogue to a empty space nearby. The synagogue's leaders apparently discovered the tunnel in the last few weeks, and on Monday they sent a cement truck to repair the walls. When they did that, the Hasidic students who supported the tunnel staged an impromptu protest, getting inside the passage and refusing to leave.
Fuck.
Yep.
Video showed that some people apparently shoved cops, others lifted these prayer desks into the air. As a result, 9 people were arrested, 3 were issued disorderly conduct summonses.
That's so weird.
As of this week, the city is still making sure that the
There's a particular picture of it just showing like this one guy in full, like dressed like this, coming up from like a sewer grate, being told by the cops to get out. And
the weirdest thing is it's just like, it's the worshippers, like it's the kids that want to expand the place, and not the people that run the synagogue. Like they're against it, and these kids are like, no, we're gonna build our fort. You can't stop us.
yeah, pretty much. They're also practical side of it is that they don't own the land beside them, the buildings. So they are basically stealing that land, including the basements. But they're also destroying the foundations of all the buildings around it. So, like, the whole thing could cave in. As you can imagine, there's been a lot of, like, AI images of, from, like, right-wing Nazi pieces of shit, like Jews with, like, mice and rats and shit like that coming out, yeah. Most these facts support a tunnel says meant to fill the wishes of Chattanooga movement, known as the... Okay, I'm not going to even try to pretend to pronounce those. Altercation, subjects and base. If I'm right, at one point the original tunneling began as far back as COVID to get around COVID restrictions. And then they just kind of kept on rolling with it. But I haven't seen much people confirming or denying that. This is one thing.
COVID restrictions on the number of people they can have in there at a time, I guess, by making the space bigger.
Yeah.
Putting them away, or I don't know.
Yeah. 4 decades is that support the expansion. Basement synagogue been overcrowded.
Weird story.
Yeah. So there was just too many people in it for these people to be happy. So they just ripped apart their own building and started to attack other buildings. Wow, I could make a comparison between what might be going on in a country in the Middle East right now, but I'm not going to say that. Zip ties, protesters, first person. For the most part, it's only a small percentage of them. They're young, between 19 and 22. But like a lot of people were like, no, the community feels terrible, it's a disgrace. They said disbanded, they're destroyed. Yeah, because the community's now going to have to fork the bill for the repairs. So... yeah, good look. And like that's a listed building too, if I'm right. So that's gonna be fun to repair.
What a bizarre story.
Very much.
People are strange.
There's some. It's kind of weird to see all those bookshelves like that. But yeah,
it's like a job for priest cop.
Priest cop. Even students, New York Department investigating was illegally excavated connected to 4 neighboring buildings. So up to like nearly 5 buildings.
It's just absorbing shit like a spreading amoeba or horror movie blob monster.
If that had caved, all those buildings would have caved. These fucking selfish pieces of shit. It's religion for you, you know? That's what the religion's gonna do. Aftermath residents, varying responses. Some concerned about the involved sanctity of the site. High activity of fringe group of individuals. Report expansion. Group staying the site. Video growing capacity. QAnon far righters pushing information. 4chan, Telegram, still the tunnel's interior. Stained mattresses and a high chair fueled anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. Oh yeah, because they'd be doing bad things to kids in there, right? Yeah. What? Andy Dick's not living down there. Okay, it's safe. It's safe. All right. He's on the other side of the country, probably having a fight with a cactus right now.
Whether or not Andy Dick exists in a given space is one of my requirements for living.
Truth.
You know, when you go look at a new apartment building, you ask him if it's, gas or electric stove. You ask them if the utilities are included, and you ask if Andy Dick is in the building.
Is there any Andy Dicks around? Have you seen him anywhere?
Yeah.
Oh, gee, thanks. Last week, where was he? A few blocks away? All right,
Ooh,
I'm gonna move on out.
Yeah, we'll be in touch. Or like, hold on, hold on, honey. They're just trying to get a sale. You start tapping the wall, nothing. Tap the wall, nothing. Tap the wall. Andy Dick falls out, and he's like dressed as a baby. Oh, you found me, gaga goo goo. Well. What do we have here?
Yeah, this is after. Yeah, he's saying, they're just trying to get a sale. Let me check the. Because when the guy said no, he had a squirrely look in his eye when he said it, so that's why he had to check.
Now, why are all these used needles everywhere? And what's that RV doing outside? All right, here's our boy of the hour himself, the one and only Professor Lando, doing a full video for once.
My name is Professor Lando.
I'm wondering
Today
how
we're going to learn
Persona
about
4 is going to come up in this video.
specific thing, NTR.
Or Jimmy Neutron. Or Jimmy Neutron.
Do you know what NTR is?
No idea, Professor.
So, NTR, formal definition coming from a reputable source, Urban Dictionary, is a shorthand version of the word. Can you read that for me, Blake?
Nito rare.
Netorare.
Yeah.
Netorare. So this is a Japanese word. Let's break it down phonetically. So ne, referring to sleep, as in sleeping with someone in an affair.
Ooh.
AKA cheating.
It's not good, Professor.
Having this
good.
one guy in the class really adds to this whole thing.
And he's the whitest man possible.
Having something stolen or robbed. Based on that, what do you think NTR means?
I think I know where this is going.
What is this lesson going to be about?
Okay, so you said NE's to sleep, right? You said to cheat.
Ne refers to sleep in the context of to sleep with someone. Yes.
And then torare is stolen or robbed. So basically it's saying that you're sleeping with somebody, but that you got robbed at the same time. So you're sleeping
Think
and
about
get
this.
robbed.
This is something is taking place here.
Mm-hmm. So maybe your heart is getting stolen because you're getting cheated on?
NTR, netorare. What is it? In a story, mainly refers to
he
the
got it.
context of adult animated explicit media, aka hentai, or doujins, the manga version, of course. NTR is a
Of
what?
course.
It is a genre where the story's protagonist has his or her lover partake in an affair or is stolen by another person or group of people. A lover that cheats on their partner.
So you're saying it's a genre of like a kind of anime where somebody cheats on their partner and people actually enjoy reading this. They like seeing people get cheated on.
See, you're already honing in on the exact thing I said.
Like
Yes,
Blake.
Blake.
It's like a little niche, is it? It's like people that like to see other people get cheated on. It's like that's a thing that turns
Yes,
them on.
it's okay. Yes, you're on the right track, and that is what, Blake.
He's so excited.
That's called something.
That's sick as fuck, dude. That's not good.
No, what's happening here?
I would also like to point out that his jacket says "nya" on it.
Nice.
I also agree. Like, I know it's different strokes, different folks, and it's all consensual, whatever. But cuckoldry is so mean. It's so mean. Why would I want that? Why would I fantasize about that when I could fantasize about anything? Why would I fantasize about being in love with somebody and then finding out coming home that they're not only cheating on me, they're doing it to hurt me. Like, that's
I mean,
so.
that's one variation of it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there are many nuances, yeah.
That's the most common one, I think.
Yeah.
In these sorts of scenarios.
It's so... I don't know, it's so self-defeating. I mean, once you add race into it, oh my god, it goes 10 times worse.
What's the word?
And they often
What is the
do.
word?
It's a thing. People say it all the time. Kind of a bad word, but it happens. What is
Rhymes
this
with
person?
muck.
You'd call this person a
degenerate.
Close. Close there,
Think
Nick
about what you just
Fuentes.
said. What's happening here? What's the scenario, Blake?
So someone's getting cheated on. It's a genre. They like it because it's a weird niche. So they're trying to get pleasure out of this for some weird reason.
And this person, you'd call this person up. We'll get there, Blake. We'll get there.
I'm not there.
So
You
there's a
don't call
focus
it some
on
dubious,
dark,
you call
depressing,
the
sad,
victim this.
often rage-inducing resolutions, atmosphere, plot, the contents of NTR. Again, yes, it's to see some sort of affair happen, and it's supposed to be dark, depressing. You said this is some sick shit.
Some sick shit, depressing.
I
don't
honestly,
like
when I
this.
first would
the
see
fact
that
people-
tag, I always thought that it was literally like non-threatening rape. Where it was like the sort of weird hentai version of rape where like the woman quickly gets into it. And then I'm like, oh wait, no, it's just an anagram for another thing. Either way, I don't want to really see either one of that, unless of course it's like monsters or like demons and shit like that, because then that adds the fantasy element to it. But even then,
I've heard people referring to stuff like that as like dubious consent.
I remember, I think it was Faku used to have the tag on it, and when you click on it, it'd have like different little funny descriptions of what each one is. For example, incest would have something along the lines of fun and fantasy, less so in reality, or cream pies, how you were made. For that, the whole the rape stuff, it just a gal face. It would just show herp derp.
Yeah.
Or even.
That's another thing. If I ever see like an actual like a gago face, I would just
quite popular.
I think she's having a stroke.
Yes, they're here. Look in the chat. They're all here right now. Look. They're here. So yes, the thing is, it's dark, depressing. So there's sort of a
he's joking, but there probably are some
if it's
there.
Sad, then
Oh, absolutely.
If it's dark, depressing.
That was probably some in our chat.
Like NTR. Why would it be
One in the
popular?
chat, if
That's
this
what
is
we're
your
gonna talk
sort
about
of
here.
cup of
That's
chai.
the key thing here is the contradictory phenomenon. Much like in our previous lecture, girl failures.
Oh yeah,
NTR
girl
description
failure.
would seemingly be something you would consider not popular, detestable, as Blake put it, some sick shit. But despite this, it continues to be a mainstay in animated Japanese adult media. Do you have any ideas, Blake?
Of why they like it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking it's because it's the people don't normally do it, so it's like it's not new to them, right? So it's like
Actually, it's very sharp, astute reasoning. Yes.
different. People like to go against the curve, but me, I like to just stay with the curve, man.
I like all the curves, honestly, myself.
Not get cheated on. Exactly. My heart
curves.
Curves are good.
You're a sweet boy, Blake. I know.
He's a sweet boy.
Hello,
You're a sweet
students.
boy,
Thank you so much for watching.
You never told them the name.
the husband or the wife that gets cheated on, right? The guy that's,
Yes, the protagonist is the one who is cheated on. This one's pretty straightforward. The next character we have is the lover. And who would this be?
The person doing the cheating.
The cheatee.
And in this scenario, there's a very clear, obvious third party. The antagonist, which of course you could stand to reason, would be who, Blake, in the scenario? The antagonist.
So there's the person that's getting cheated on, right? That's the protagonist, and then there's the two people. So there's the lover, and then
Two
the
or more.
lover that gets with the person that's trying to ruin everything, which is the antagonist.
Yes, the person who the lover cheats on with. Yeah. Very curious that you have such a good understanding of the scenario, Blake. First of all, this scenario, there is a word for this. Do you know this word I'm thinking of?
No.
This guy's a cuck, right?
Hey, finally said it.
This guy's getting cucked.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Right. So, but that term is a very normie cultural term.
Yeah.
We're gonna borrow words here.
It used to
much
not be.
like the word charisma, right? Root word charismiato, meaning of great vigor.
You know the same
and,
is.
But we're talking about anime, Japanese media, hentai, doujins. But to borrow from their culture, this person, the person who the lover is having an affair with, is often called the bull. Which
I honestly don't like this scenario so much that I was once asked to be someone's bull, and I turned them down because I thought the whole premise was like really creepy. So
yeah, I would too.
Yeah, like, and she wasn't bad looking. It's just, yeah, it was. I didn't go as far enough to hear about their scenario. They just described it to me, and I was like, no, thank you.
So you're saying in your situation, it was one where the cuck was willing in the whole thing.
Oh God, no, yeah, I've also done the other thing where the husband had no fucking idea. That one I did follow through because he wasn't anywhere in the room, and she said their marriage was going to be like, it's basically on the rocks anyway.
Holding your dick like the other guy.
Yeah. Oh God, like bringing them towels and like fucking wiping them down, or he has to watch really closely. Like, what the fuck? Who wants to be that? Who wants to be a part of any of this? Yeah.
We find ourselves referring to things in a primal animalistic sense whenever we get the chance. Despite how often we denounce furry culture, seems like maybe we're not too far from it.
Dude, I got a question.
Yes, Blake.
So the protagonist, is he okay with all of this happening? Does he just go with the flow, or does
Let's
he
call it
fight
P.
back? That's my biggest thing.
No, generally speaking, the protagonist is not going to like it.
All right.
I need a break to go wank.
Oh, they probably have one of those like cum stations. You've seen that one where it's like just a hole in the wall that like sucks out, and like in sperm banks. But he's the only student there, so you know, whatever. It's not so bad. Let's move on, because otherwise we'd be watching the whole thing. I thought that was a pretty good like skit they did. Oh, I've been getting into this guy. This guy's been making the sandwiches of like the official sandwiches of English towns.
I'm making the official sandwiches of UK towns and cities.
I think it's pretty funny.
Today's sandwich is Blackburn. Sometimes referred to as Luton of the North, Blackburn is rougher than sandpaper. So rough, in fact, you start to feel a bit sorry for it. It doesn't feel great to kick something when it's already down on the floor screaming for help. But cheer up, Blackburn. There's one thing worth living for. Your official sandwich. It's mincemeat and onion, sandwiched between potato, battered, and then deep fried and served with gravy. Known as a John Bull, this thing is uniquely northern.
I've seen them
Everyone
sold. I've
seems
never
to be
had one.
competing for the most unhealthy chip shop combination. Why is it called a John Bull? I have no idea, but Lancashire has some really lovely bits. It's just that Blackburn isn't one of them. Despite the unique and interesting chippy choice, they can't even bring themselves to talk about how awful the place actually is.
That's actually quite good.
The potato confuses me, but I want to try one.
Yeah, I'd give that a go. I think if you pass by the Lake Country in the UK, everything you can't get anything edible up there unless it's been heavily deep fried all the way up to the end of the Scotland, and then they're all eating like whale blubber and shit. But
So they could use better bread for this, I think.
yeah, well, no, that is kind of what they'd be making in like a chip shop. They would be using like just regular what like you guys would call it, I suppose, Wonder Bread, big chunky slices
It
of
looks
white.
like it looks like Wonder Bread.
Yeah, but that would be like your we call them well, the UK calls them greasy spoons. There's not that many greasy spoons in Dublin. I think there might be one, but it used to be
So what we
just
call kind of restaurant, yeah.
yeah. You know, like it'd just be a converted kitchen basically, especially the really small ones. And it just they would just make whatever was in the pantry for you, and it would be cheaper than going out to like a proper like sit down restaurant. You just eat that and go. And
true. Although to be clear, the Wonder Bread thing it's not specifically a type of bread. It's a specific brand name of bread, but that looks exactly the same as their crap ass.
Yeah, I've
basic
eaten Wonder
fish
Bread.
So
I've eaten Wonder Bread before. Yeah, it's about as
looks
white
equivalent
as
to
well.
Wonder Bread quality. Yeah.
Just want to get rid of some of the ones that we've watched already, so we don't. Ooh, let's see an Icelandic volcano. The volcanoes finally hit the town that was being
They
threatened.
don't have fire there. Their land is ice land, not fire land.
I hate to
Come
lie.
on.
I hate to tell it to you, but they were lied to on the brochure.
Oh no.
Yeah, the website was it was a mistranslation. Homes as lava reach evacuated town. If you remember the footage of the
That's from today.
Yep. Do you remember the footage of the village that was like right on the cusp? This is that village, but it was evacuated, but the lava hadn't reached it. Well, it hit it today. So
Hold on a tick. Look at that date. That says it's
the 14th.
10 p.m. today. That is in the future. This is magic.
Well,
The hell?
Not for Lev, but for us.
Yeah, yeah.
For Lev, it was an hour ago.
Remember, flat earthers think they know how the world works. I wonder how they counted volcanoes in flat Earth.
I don't see how that would factor into it either way.
Well, it's the gravity pull is moving the crust, because
I mean, they believe in gravity, right?
some don't.
I don't know how it works because I think you could be upside down underneath the planet or something, but
Yeah, everyone was.
how the flat earthers look at Mars and look at the moon and look at the sun. They're like, oh yeah, those are all clearly spheres, but not Earth. Why is Earth a different shape than other planets?
So late. I hope I didn't miss it. And you missed a few fun things for sure, but there's even a cool edit of the interview with Son that Clint did. That's kind of scary, but at the same time, it's also kind of cool. I mean, it's better that the buildings are burned and no one's hurt, right? Oh, I've got some footage for you. We watched a few weeks ago, but you weren't here, Krendar, and I really want you to watch this.
All right.
Woman arrested with playing herself on the beach.
How you doing, ma'am? Monster Dollars IP. Can we speak to you for a second? We'll get you over there. Go ahead.
You're enjoying the stream. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, guys.
Alright, so someone called us. We got multiple calls about you.
Yeah, I get to the bottom. I get it.
Were you doing something you weren't supposed to be doing?
Look at her face.
Oh yeah, somebody's gonna admit that to a cop.
Oh,
Sure.
wait for it. No, just wait for the whole thing.
Like, prior to coming here.
Well, yes, officer, I was doing something I shouldn't have done.
There was nobody. I was just sitting on my tail. Nobody was around me.
Okay, and you were over at the beach?
Like I was near the water.
Near the water?
Yeah. What did I do?
So apparently you were masturbating on the beach.
Who saw that?
I mean, a couple people.
No, they
families.
didn't. That's not true.
Why would they call us that?
Nobody was around. It was an anonymous call. Is this one of my buddies? Okay, one of my buddies.
No, it's not one of your buddies. It's a family.
Okay, look, let me show you what I did.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there anything in the bag?
No.
Is it right if I look through it? I mean, if you can open it and can I see the contents inside the bag?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't really understand what y'all are.
We're just here because someone called and
Let him search through your bag.
very concerned.
Wait for it.
Okay,
This is really highly offensive to me.
I got it. I got you. And that's why I'm trying to figure it out.
It's my vibrator, but I just put it in my. I was sitting on the beach.
There you go, Kredar. She just outright admits it.
So.
She doesn't see anything wrong with what she did. She just was like, yeah, so I put my vibrator inside me.
Vibrator.
Listen,
I mean, that's
was
what it's
sitting
for.
on the water like this, and I just put it in there, and it was covered up, and I just had an orgasm. I'm sorry, I was stressed out. Is that...
Okay, just hang tight for me.
I'm sorry, nobody saw me. I was in the water. Okay, so what? If this is anonymous.
I have to explain that though. I don't know.
I mean, if nobody saw them, they wouldn't have called, right?
She didn't.
Don't do this to me. Are you serious?
She doesn't see what the problem is.
A family saw it. They
Man, I
had
don't think
kids.
that much of a problem unless there was a ton of people in there.
There was a family, like a bunch of kids saw her do it.
It's a bullet style.
It's
That's
a
what they call it.
it's a bullet style. That's what they call it. Mr. Expert over here. They are also the cheapest ones you can buy. So that means she's a woman of low quality. She should have gone to at least like a pull out like a fucking bad dragon dildo, like a really customized one.
Fuck them.
Now you going through it.
Nice all stars though that she has.
I hear Bad Dragon's not so
Admitted to
cool.
it, she said she had an orgasm on the beach.
Better than a crappy little bullet.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Someone saw it, so
I'm interested
that's
in
why we're here.
that.
You know. I mean, if you're gonna do something like that, you know, don't get caught. That's all I have to say, you know.
Here's the question: Is this lady the new Octomom?
I'm not quite sure who this is. But we recognize this opening for sure. I think they're connected to IP2 because it is Jocelyn, Wyoming. So. Call, baby, call.
That's one of the most fast Phoenixes I've ever seen.
That's fine.
Oh, the vegan patriot. I remember Ben and Billy talking about her, but I forget the context. If anyone in chat knows.
You sleep in your fucking car with your fucking dogs and your animals.
You gotta be a vegan
And then
patriot.
you-
Veganism is very
and then
un-American.
You try to like say that like.
Come on.
And then you say Chicken Andy's like your man.
Oh yeah, she thinks she's dating Chicken Andy or whatever.
The fuck? What? Alright.
At least she just turned the light off on him on stream.
My God. Yeah, tomorrow I'll be out of here.
You know, Blade, only use me Blade. His Maz has disowned him now, and he spent New Year's in hospital. They're all falling apart, every one of them.
Next, new Blade. Silencio mijo.
What the fuck is he gibbering? What?
Did he just almost choke on his own spit while talking?
After this tonight, we're out of here, Peach. We're the new homeless. I'll set up my
Another homeless streamer.
I'll set up my fucking setup in my car and shit.
What the fuck is he on about?
Oh my God, bro.
Content.
Turn the internet off. And the lights. That's what I mean. Like, fuck. How the fuck are you gonna cut the lights off and the internet off. Like, you see every
Wait, how's the
cut
internet off while he's still
you already
streaming?
cut the internet off, like.
Dude, if you're streaming and someone else is sleeping, keep it in mind. I've said this enough times that Metal Monkeys used to say that I was very loud, and then I tried to make a conscious effort, and I haven't woken him up in years now, plural, while doing this. And I've gotten absolutely trashed on camera before, and laughing my head off, almost falling off this chair. But I still remember that there are other people. Now there's 2 people living in this building, in this apartment. So. A little bit, especially if it's your ma, for God's sake. Oh, I have to show you.
When she's kicking us out.
What? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, more streamers will be homeless in 2024. Alright, who wants a bit of existential nightmare fuel? I don't mean what we just watched.
Oh, me. Oh, I thought we were watching the original Teletubbies. That's existential nightmare already.
Our captains kept us happy with the highly addictive hallucinogenic substance they called tubby custard. We couldn't get enough of it. But when the custard stopped flowing, everything changed. They left us for days without it. The withdrawals were agonizing. Dipsy thought that Tinky Winky had a secret stash in his handbag. Ripped out his TV just to find out. Of course, Nunu wasn't all too happy with the mess that Dipsy caused. Disposed of the both of them. As for Bo, well, one day a single bowl of custard appeared. And I wasn't going to go hungry.
Time for tubby bye-bye. Time for tubby bye-bye. Time for tubby bye-bye. Time for tubby bye-bye. Time for tubby
From that day on, a single bowl of tubby custard has appeared every morning. But the speakers, they haven't spoken since. Lola. Yeah.
Still not as dark and disturbing as the real show, but it got close.
Exactly what I was going to say.
It was a good college try. Too much life in those eyes, you know? No.
That show was fucked up.
I knew people who would like start, who would just be getting into smoking at the same time as like that would be playing. They'd obviously be too old to watch it, but they might just like get stoned and be like, "Hey, this is fun." Then when they really get stoned, they start watching it and they're like, "Oh, dude, I was just looked on like Sky for any replays of the episodes, and I just watched like 5 episodes of Teletubbies back to back." Let's see.
Is it okay if I touch you? Yeah. Okay, cool. Wait, what are your pronouns?
I'm disabled, not a retard.
Ricky!
I was wondering where this was going to go.
It was clearly going to go someplace no, but yeah, obviously. As well.
It's okay if it's okay for your hairdresser to touch you. Don't go to the hairdresser in the first place.
Pretty much.
They shouldn't have to ask.
What's this? The truth about male friendship. Oh, this guy.
Oh, no.
It's too long. We've been. Yeah.
No. Let's just not.
Let's not. He was so sad last time. I just I feel so bad for him.
He's got 18 minutes of this bullshit? No.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I'm just holding it up there. In the meantime, while I'm looking for stuff that we could have a look. Ooh, wait, no, that wasn't it. But fuck it.
It's an improvement over the
he is
last
going
thing,
to be a
though.
very special child. And I really don't have no reason to think that. I can just tell. He don't say nothing, and he really don't do nothing. But I can see he's got a lot going on in his mind. I done a drawing of him. It's where
Mickey's having flashbacks to his last family reunion.
He's 30 years old.
He's 30 years old. And I done a short story about his life. And man, the things he has saw and achieved.
He met the Pope.
I don't normally say this, but I was literally brought to tears by my own words. And I walked over to his crib, just said thank you.
The little rat tail.
And then I just set him
I like
down
how
on
his
top
rat
of a pool table, let him crawl around.
He's
just the goatee.
Yeah.
Each his favorite thing to do.
Goro.
I like the one that they did that was all like the southern the southern sayings and shit. Here, this is the one I actually want to watch. Wow.
Oh.
You know, for like the first 2 seconds, I thought this was gonna be a video I couldn't react to, but luckily, it was just a guy that either has one of two problems. One, his life is going so well, he has to do stuff like this to find a thrill in life, and if it goes wrong, at least he lived. Or his life is going so horribly that he has to do stuff like this to find a thrill in life, and if it ends terribly, well, could have been worse than what it was like being alive.
I thought he was going to face plant on that thing. I was expecting a bonk.
He's got another parkour one that I want to see, but for some reason I can't bring up his channel. There we go. Where's the other? Speak of the worst country, Sonic. Sonic deserves slander for this. Okay. This better be the Sonic.
You come
Yeah.
out with a peanut butter burger
Oh.
and already have a foot-long cone.
Oh, that's Sonic.
Let's go back a couple of clicks, because you said a peanut butter burger, and that came from Sonic. I don't know if y'all remember, but a while back, Sonic came out with this peanut butter bacon milkshake. One of the worst things that ever happened to mankind. It was
I've had that.
People that don't value their life no more.
Not from Sonic, but I've had some.
But my cousin decided to try it, and me criticizing with no knowledge on what I was speaking on, I said I'd give it a little taste. One of the worst things I ever did in my life, fam. That was a true 13th reason. I don't even know how I'm still here, but I lived on to try some of their other food, and let me tell you, they burgers taste like orthopedic shoe insoles with pickles and cheese on it, and I don't even like pickles, fam. They popcorn chicken got more skin than it got meat. That's deep fried flour, and it tastes like it was fried in elderly grease and then left under a food lamp for about 2 weeks. It's never fresh. And so, to be honest with you, if you're getting anything outside of a drink, mozzarella sticks, cheddar peppers, or French toast sticks, I don't know why you'd eat Sonic in any circumstance.
French toast sticks.
I enjoy this man's general sass.
Alright, one more food thing until, of course, the sausages. But we're going to see some successes.
Ooh.
How to make poplars from Futurama.
I like the contrast to go from Sonic to Babish.
Yep.
Well, how are they?
They're just shrimp bowls, aren't they? I mean, I know in the show that they were not, but...
They're great.
Oh man, I'm inhaling these things. You guys scored some primo stuff here.
They're tastier than an unguarded penguin nest. What do you call them?
What's up, guys? Oh, Zoidberg.
For this week, we're taking a look at the poplars from Futurama. Now, given that these are just unhatched Omicronian progeny, we can't be too super accurate, but they are described by Fry as fried shrimp, and by Bender as fried prawns. More on this later. First, something we can recreate accurately, the dipping sauces. First, the honey mustard, which I think you can figure out how to make. Then, for the tangy sweet and sour sauce, I'm going to combine 3 ounces of rice wine vinegar, 1 ounce of soy sauce, 2 ounces of pineapple juice, half teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes, about 1 ounce of ketchup, and 5 ounces of granulated sugar.
Very cooking heavy show tonight. I didn't really plan for that, but I'll complain.
That's a lot of just raw sugar.
And bring it to a simmer over medium heat. Then whisking 2 tablespoons of cornstarch into that remaining 2 ounces of water, and slowly adding to the simmering sauce, tiny whisking all the while. This is going to thicken the sauce
he loves
and
his
give it
tiny
that
whisk.
Characteristically glossy, gooey, distinctly fast food dipping sauce texture.
Ladies.
It's a little too light, so I'm going to darken it with some extra soy
What they
sauce.
say with a
bring it
man
back
with
to
a
the simmer
tiny
and cook
whisk.
for about 1 minute until thickened. Those are the only 2
He's a
dipping
good
sauces
cook.
mentioned in the
Yeah.
show, but I
Yeah,
wanted
pretty
to
much.
capture the honey walnut shrimp.
He's
from
also
Panda
clearly
Express.
wealthy
So
as
I'm combining
fuck.
half a cup of QP mayo with the juice of half a lemon, 2 tablespoons sweetened condensed
Ooh.
milk, 1 tablespoon of honey, and normally this would just be tossed with shrimp and walnuts, but I'm grinding my walnuts down to a sandy texture to add to the dipping sauce so
Ooh.
that it's an all-inclusive vehicle. So there's our trio of sauces. Now it's
To
time to
10
decide
cups of sugar.
shrimp or prawns. While the terms are often used interchangeably, shrimp are typically saltwater-dwelling curly little guys like this, while prawns tend to be found in freshwater, have straighter bodies, and range from being slightly bigger than shrimp to being downright lobster-like. Now, given their bite-sized nature, I think we're going
I
with
do love
shrimp.
the meat,
This
but they
include
do
medium,
creep me the
small,
fuck
31
out.
to 40 shrimp like these. That is, there are
Yeah, that was
31
almost a
to 40
lobster.
of them
Holy
in a
shit.
pound. No matter your shrimp or how you're cooking them, it's always best
Wonder if that's
practice to
natural
dry
or
brine
bred
them in a mixture of
to be that
1
size.
tablespoon kosher salt to 1 teaspoon baking soda. Toss to combine and let these hang out in the fridge for 30 minutes to 1 hour. Next up, the breading, and I'm going to try a bunch of different methods to try to recreate that.
You know what this man does to
First,
me?
with bare bones, flour, and egg. Pinch of baking powder added to the flour is going to help with browning, and a pinch of salt and flour added to the eggs is going to help them beat into a more cohesive state.
Well, yeah, that's what it's
going
to do, right? He's going to beat your eggs with his
looking,
tiny
start with the
whisk.
flour, making sure they're thoroughly coated, shaking off any excess, sending over to the egg. Make sure no dry patches
That's a
remain, and
euphemism.
back over to the flour. Pressing onto the shrimp to make sure that it is fully ensconced in breading. Then it's time to fry.
Ensconced.
Everybody today is
He does love that
fried in
word.
Canola oil at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. These shrimp are small and they're gonna
Underused.
overcook very quickly.
You don't want to
so we'll cook
overuse it
them
because
very
it takes away the
fastly.
magic.
Ideally between 30 seconds to 1 minute. And right off the bat, the flour and egg breading is proving to not be ideal, taking almost 3 minutes to achieve a state of golden brownedness. The shrimp aren't dry by any measure, and their texture is somewhat protected by the baking soda brine, but they are a bit bouncy and
I've
springy.
had
Bringing us to our next breading,
probably the
bread,
closest-
or breadcrumbs. To make our own
Closest
breadcrumbs,
bad
crusting and
sushi I ever
cubing 4
had,
slices of
kind
white
of
bread,
the
breaking
tempura
cubes
kind
on
of
a
looked like
baking
that.
sheet and placing in a low 200
I
degree
say
Fahrenheit
closest
oven for
'cause
about
it
2
was still
hours or
pretty
until
good.
completely dry. Allow to cool completely
it
and
wasn't the
process
best
into
by far.
homemade breadcrumbs. Spreading similarly as before, starting with flour, then to egg, but then finishing in the
Egg.
crumbs. Now, because these breadcrumbs.
Oh, speaking of egg, I forgot. We should address it. Egg was just busy, and he asked to be on in February, so we're getting him on in February.
And store
Yeah, it's terrain check.
Which means they're going to cook more quickly.
Well, we ask
which
him
means our
in
shrimp
advance.
are going to be juicier and tenderer, achieving a golden brown crunch in about
Shit
30
tends to
seconds.
shit.
They also taste a whole lot better than store-bought breadcrumbs, which can have a kind of stale flavor to them. Next up in the breadcrumb category, panko, which, if you want to make an at-home approximation, we are this time processing the white bread while still fresh, which is going to give us a much larger textured crumb, which we're then going to dry out in the oven after being ground. Same deal, 200 degrees Fahrenheit for about 2 hours, shuffling every 30 minutes or so to make sure that they dry evenly. Now, this is not real panko, but it looks and behaves like it, with the notable exception of browning more quickly, just like our homemade breadcrumbs. We're applying them the same way, flour, then egg, then crumb, and frying for the same breathless 30 seconds. The
They
result
look
is
so
an incredibly
tiny.
tender and juicy shrimp that's super crisp thanks to the big
They look
big
a little bit
crumbs.
round.
So now we've
Yep.
breaded with bread. But what about breading with non-bread, specifically coconut? I have some
Ooh.
unsweetened shredded coconut here that
Interesting.
I'm processing down
A
to
new-
a finer texture. That way we
a
don't have
new
big old
galaxy to
coconut
explore.
curlies hanging off our shrimp. And instead of egg, this breading is going to be applied by virtue of a batter.
I see what you did
Starting with
there.
5.5 ounces of flour,
Futurama
1/4
Galaxy.
teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and 1 teaspoon
I'm
of
not
baking
following
powder,
you.
regular
I'm-
size
I'm-
whisk until
could you
homogeneous.
please
And
pay
then in a separate
attention
bowl
to
for
the
liquid
cooking?
element, I'm combining half a cup of beer, 1 large
Honestly.
egg, and a 1/4 cup of coconut milk in this recipe inspired by America's Test Kitchen.
Oh,
Mix them
Futurama,
out,
right, yeah.
combine before whisking to combine, and then adding the dry stuff. Whisk until just combined. It's okay if there are still a few lumps. Then my breading is going to be a 50-50 mix of panko and coconut. Toss, combine, and
Oh, I
then
should have
add
left
the
that for
shrimp.
like
First
2
in
days,
flour,
then came back to you in
batter,
like DMs.
shrimp, then
Futurama, right?
breading, then into the oil. Frying once again for 30
I'd
seconds.
be like, what are you talking
As
about?
can see, because
You're
of
like,
my
what the
remember
fuck? Yeah.
panko, I have sort of a leopard print thing going on here. But in addition to being
That
tender,
looks the
these guys
nicest
were
for sure.
zesty, sweet, and
Yeah.
Next up, I thought I'd try a bare bones beer batter, combining 1 cup flour, half cup cornstarch, pinch of salt, and a half teaspoon of baking powder. Beer batter takes a while to brown, so I'm hoping that this will help speed things up. Whisk to combine, and then slowly add your beer, adjusting as necessary until you get a paint-like consistency. We're doing the 2-station dipping method, going from flour to batter and straight
It's
into
probably
the
just a
fryer.
big
Now, these guys
pile of
came out
them
pretty
built up on the
delicious,
side
but they
now.
also came out
Working
pretty
with this
pale.
guy
Beer
must be
batter
so
turns out
cool.
extra
So
crispy
much
thanks
free
to
food.
cornstarch, but it has the
yeah.
trade-off of not browning very quickly. So long as that doesn't
Let's say
bother you,
free,
this is
but
a viable
if you
option.
work with 'em, you
Last
probably
up
know
in the batter
what
camp
you're
is
doing.
tempura, which
You know.
has a higher ratio
So you're
of
probably helping
cornstarch,
out.
2/3 of a cup to 1/3 flour. The addition of a large single egg, and instead of beer, opts for 2/3 of a cup of sparkling water. Whisk both until homogeneous and combine, keeping everything cold and frying immediately. The shrimp get coated in flour, then in batter, and then straight into the fryer, also yielding some crispy strings of tenkatsu as you fry. Now this fries up lighter and crispier heavier than beer batter, but at an even greater expense of color. I actually overfried this one and it's still pretty pale. A delicious shrimp, no doubt, but a far cry from poplars. As a matter of fact, in all the shrimp that we've made today, no one
Coconut
seems
one,
to be really
right?
fitting the bill. So as
Mm.
usual,
Like the
I turned
sampler
to some
platter.
jazz cigarette-style inspiration, creating a hybrid of all the breadings.
I'll have 5 of them, please.
Store-bought panko so that it doesn't brown
them all.
unevenly.
He's
Processed
he's
coconut,
Voltroning it
cornflakes,
with
store-bought
cornflakes.
flour and cornstarch, all in equal proportions except for the cornstarch.
To be clear,
which
when I
is
say
half
5, I
portion.
mean 5
Tossed
of the
combined,
platters,
and
not
I'm going to
5 of the
adhere it using
pieces.
the
Of
coconut
course.
lime zest batter. Also, no more two
With enough
shortcuts.
dipping
I'm going
sauce to
all in
pair.
this recipe. Tossing first in the flour and then shaking off the excess like a bunch of lucky dice. Thoroughly coating in batter and then in our flour,
Oh shoot, there's a
cornstarch,
red eye in
coconut,
here. I didn't even
breadcrumb,
notice.
panko, and cornflake
Oi.
mixture. Drop those in the oil, fry
Oi.
for about 60 seconds, and my wager paid off. The result was a bigger, more alien-looking fried shrimp. The surface
Ooh.
craggled with a variety of textures
Scraggled.
and flavors. After frying them, keeping the various batches warm in a
Scraggled is a good
200
word.
Fahrenheit oven, and once everybody's done, piling them high in a bowl so that they are reminiscent of a bunch of alien eggs in an alien crater, and serving with our dipping sauces. And there you have it, poplars that look the part. But are they as addictive as depicted in the cartoon? At this point in the day, I have eaten 7 different kinds of fried shrimp, so these guys are going to have to be pretty spectacular for me to eat more than one, which I'm very proud to say they were. They were crunchy,
Nice.
crispy, juicy, flavorful. Good with the honey mustard.
Lot
better
of
with the
hard
tangy
work,
sweet
but
shrimp,
looks like it
but best with
works,
the honey
yeah.
walnut dipping sauce. It was so good, in fact, that I went on to make these shrimp my dinner for the evening, shortly followed by a New Year's resolution to stop
I'd
eating
want about
fully
5 times that
deep-fried
much for
meals,
dinner, but
at least more than once a day.
Well, look at him. You know for.
More than once a day. Yeah,
Yeah, babish.
that looks good.
I've also been getting into this channel as well. They give you animal facts in kind of cutesy, but also sometimes dark ways.
What do we think? That's everything you wanted, right?
Yeah, I love the open concept kitchen.
Oh, don't get me started on that backyard.
Excuse me. Can I help you? So? Did we find your dream home? No. No, this house isn't for sale.
We'll take it.
I think you're confused. Congratulations, Matt and Jen, on your beautiful new home. Please get out. Tune in next week for more Den Devourers.
Den Devourers.
What do we think? That's everything you want.
She doesn't
That's even-
understand.
Seconds before she was eaten by a snake.
For context, everyone looking, in fall, snakes steal the dens of rodents and usually eat them to prepare for the winter.
I mean, that's just efficient. you know?
Right?
And a new home at the same
and
time.
a meat. Yeah, exactly.
Babish looks like Ryan Reynolds, says Gage.
What?
I mean, he doesn't not completely, but yeah,
Alright, fair
vaguely
enough.
similar maybe.
Thought this was kind of cool. Although don't Yenis Elni, remote Welsh island, offers close to 12 an hour if you're prepared to live and work there. The Barnes
Not that much.
Barnsley Hour Trust is looking for a joint application for 2 individuals right, to live and work together on an island which has limited electricity. You're actually living on the island, so you're not being shipped out every day. So I guess you just stuck there with another person for, I think, once a month. Yeah, looking for 2 off the grid, but it's not off the grid because it's electricity and internet.
Is this like one of the, like, since you're living there all the time, is this like 11.44 an hour for every hour of every day?
Yes.
Okay, so that would definitely add up then.
Yeah, and once a month you get to go to the island, off the island, so you get to spend all your money then. According to the job advert, what exactly will they be doing? Shared food growing space and internet connection.
Well, it says, oh, okay, I was just gonna say it said off grid, but they do have an internet connection.
So it's not technically off grid, is it?
No.
Population of 11, and is so you also will have other people to talk to. You're going to learn to hate each and
Seems
every.
like kind of a lot for that island. It looked kind of small. I guess it depends how zoomed out we are, though. Maybe there's like 3 or 4 houses.
It's apparently where
Why are they paying people
Merlin
to live there?
Yeah.
Is this like an experiment?
The Hermit's Cave and the Lighthouse.
Do I get
we'll
to
have a
live
look
in the
at that.
I
cave?
live there though. Looks nice.
limited
Live
electricity.
in the cave.
Solar panels can run light, fridge, freezer, and an internet router. So it's run by solar panels. No indoor running hot water and a composting toilet outside. Ooh, that's rough. But I'd roll those dice so far. UK's tallest tower, square tower, can be found on the island. It's over 200 years old and was bought by the trust and still under the charity's ownership. Says the ability to speak both English.
Qualification is desirable. Why? You can walk across the island. I might be willing to go for something like this, but I'm confused as to why they're paying people to do it.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look at some images of the island. There's a lighthouse. I think they're just basically there as the trusts, because the trust owns the island, because it's a part of like Welsh and UK English history. I guess they're just kind of the managers of the island for the company, well, for the organization.
Are the people that live here acting as like caretakers?
They're just
groundskeepers?
Yeah, they're basically just like they're doing the field stuff and I guess going to church on Sunday.
Then there's a church there. I'm definitely out.
Yeah, there's it looks like the only building of any note in that whole place except for the lighthouse. It doesn't even have like a shop, let alone a pub. So
it's got a shop. Amazon exists.
Yeah, you'd have to wait for a month and then change. But possibly Viking chieftain. Cool history. I'd love to go out to see it. I mean, I loved going out to the Aran Islands. That was great.
Assume somebody's delivering groceries.
They have to be, right? Well, actually, maybe not. If they are
Right.
self-sufficient, there's only depends. Ireland is famous for wildlife.
How much stuff could they grow there to be completely self-sufficient, though?
True.
I'd wonder how good the soil is too. You know, being like a rocky island. I don't know.
Maybe that's part of the experiment. I don't know.
History. Let's see what it is. In 2000, the trust tenants 400 acres. Applicants' tenancy was held by the Royal Society of Protection of Birds. Land management. The Barnsley apple. Gnarled and twisted apple tree growing on the side of. I'm not going to pronounce that. Believed to be the only survivor of an orchard that was tended by monks who lived there 1,000 years ago. That's dope. In 1998, of the various British apples and natural fruit collection, stated that believed the tree was the only example of a previously unrecorded apple. So it's the only one that actually exists. They're trying to graft it. Bernsey Lighthouse, the birds, culture, the king of Bernsey, or Barnsley, to elect the island. Oh, that's like the captain's dance in Far Harbor. Age of 80 was concerned about the future of the crown. Kept it national. They had their own crown. Made a movie. Transport. Fairing surgery. Operated for port. Times wind. The fierce currents make sailing between the islands impossible. Yep. Like I said, when I was coming back from the Aran Islands, it was an absolute bedlam of a thing. Boats unable to reach Lean Barnsley for many days. 17 visitors were stranded in 2 weeks when gales prevented them. Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to live there, but I'd definitely visit it, if nothing else to say I went there. There's the chapel.
Sure.
It's the only thing of note on the island, apparently, for most of the people. That's what I want to say. It's left of the abbey. Kind of cool. Very bleak, very depressing. I imagine it's kind of will drive a man mad. Still, whatever. Okay, shall we get some daily dose of internet into us?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
No, Lando, we're fine. Daily dose.
Waffle.
Well, we have to start with that fire one, right?
Hello everyone, this is your Daily Dose of Internet. A meteorologist in North Dakota was trying to burn ice off his driveway when he accidentally made a fire tornado.
Damn. Oh my god, that was amazing.
That's metal. Deathbirds! Death spin! Not a death spin.
Almost.
Whee!
Can someone
Oh
explain how these
shit! That looked like it was. That kind of looks like an Iranian logo. That could be like Tehran. Oh shit! Wowzers!
Can someone explain how these cones fit in his bag?
It's a clown bag.
There's a manhole.
His dad was trying to teach his kids how to do a fake slap.
Oh, it's gonna end badly.
Oh. Oh.
Look how red his cheeks are.
This
They
delivery
tried
driver
that for a
was upset
while.
that this customer didn't leave a tip, so she left this note in her bag, only to realize.
Lucky for you, I didn't bother the food. Didn't bother the food, but next time consider tipping your driver.
That she made a mistake.
Didn't bother the food.
Ignore it. You keep
If
that.
I guess you could spit in it or something.
Because
yeah.
I didn't see a tip on the app, and I put a little card in there. So please keep that. I'm sorry.
No, I just had cash. Please take
It's okay. It's okay, because it's okay. Thank you.
Have a good
She
night.
got sass undeserved, and she's like, nah, I was the one who fucked up. It's the Hulk.
She was trying
No!
to go for a walk when her dog spotted something.
Whoa! What was up with that Rainbow Six? Oh shit! Hey, we got another bear! Yay! This channel is always welcoming of the bears.
Suddenly bear.
Suddenly bear! No, I'm due for a Discord change, name change to Suddenly Bear.
Yeah.
This military ship had to go straight through a hurricane.
Yeah. Whee! I'll make sure everything's bolted down, soldiers. Well, seamen.
This is how you wish someone a happy birthday on an airplane.
Happy birthday to you. Play
Yep.
ball. Alright, now blow out those candles.
One of my subscribers recorded himself playing on a flying piano for his music video.
What the funk?
Whoa.
That's
shit.
cool. And
Is he
how
not
do you
strapped to anything?
the piano? I guess. Is that a pig? Yeah, it's a pig.
I have never seen a more evil smile.
Y'all, he closed the cat in the kennel.
Oh shit,
Oh,
goblin cat.
wonder what Chesh is up to.
That cat is so fucking hot right now.
That is the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again.
Hey,
very
that's the
soon.
cat that bit Cobes.
Oh, that explains a lot. That's why he's so stoned, because he's got Cobe's blood in his system.
Let's just quickly see what this is.
He's very happy.
I love when dogs see snow, or even for the first time, you know. Best Crash Bandicoot game.
Gross.
And wait for it.
I can't wait to curb stomp you in these dumb, ugly-ass Rick Owens shoes. I'm Dracula. I'm 12 million years old. What a broke boy trying to come up on my Amazon package, so I skinned his ass alive. Ah! You're smoking filtered crack, you stupid piece of shit. I'll fucking kill you. Call that pussy the Matrix, cause I'm in this bitch and I can't get out.
I forgot that guy existed. We watched him like when that was like first out. But I don't care what you think, Renard. This is the best of the 3 games. Thank you very much.
Well, it's a pretty low bar to defeat, so.
Ooh, yeah, you're pro Spyro, aren't you?
Spyro was great. Crash Bandicoot was trash.
What about Crash Team Racing?
I don't know. I like Mario Kart.
I knew you'd do that. I knew you'd say. And you're not wrong.
Not
It is.
the Crash one, but you know. There's so many games that just straight up copied Mario Kart, and that's one of them.
Yeah, I think it was a very good job of it. I love the Crash Bandicoot games. I might actually play them on stream if I can.
The newest
one
one looks better, but that's because it has a frame rate higher than 10. So that helps.
You know what? Why not? Just
get rid of Crash Camera though.
Here, before we go, Chris Chan.
The first warning signs.
Hey, what's happening, guys? CCDN here. So I have a quick little conclusion to the whole Chris going to a convention saga, the Animate Rally saga. So
This happened
you go
after
to your
Chris
friendly
got
neighborhood
out, by the
quickie,
way. So
Sonichu.com, and you go to
They've
January
been
6th,
busy.
2024. Chris is allegedly denied entry to day 2 of Animate Rally.
Oh shit.
It says, on January 6th, Reddit user Dead Stargazer claimed that a friend had witnessed Chris and Flutter being escorted out of the convention by
Flutter's
staff.
Chris's
Dead
handler.
Stargazer later provided an update claiming that Chris
But
had
we
not
all
been
call
denied entry.
we all called Flutter before we found out her name. We all called her Cabbage Patch because she looks like she's a Cabbage Patch Kid.
Oh, is that her down there?
Mentioned
Yeah.
by security when he arrived in the morning, and that there did not appear to be an incident, and that Chris may have reported to staff the prior day. And then we got a good picture. We'll take a look at that. So let's go to that Reddit post. It
Do we
says,
have to?
Chris Chan kicked out of Animate Rally, and then we got this beautiful picture of Chris right here. Let's see if I can zoom in. Nice.
Chris is a cryptid now at this point.
Fantastic picture.
Yeah,
of Chris looking longingly in at the convention.
They look so sad.
Still wearing that same
Being blocked by the one of the Rangers from fucking Attack on Titan. Like, you're not getting in.
From the day before, still smelling.
The
He's
survey
eyeballing
core.
this Pikachu little fucking keyring on this guy's backpack right over here. He's looking in with envy. Right?
That's a
He's so
very
sad.
poorly made
After
Sonichu.
seeing Chris multiple times yesterday at various panels,
And I bet
it
if
appears
Chris
that
was a
he
little bit
kicked
closer, they could
out of
enlighten them.
A friend snapped this image of Chris and Flutter after being escorted out of the convention center. Chris supposedly was complaining that his con wasn't going good anyways.
I wonder what happened.
So back, good, he doesn't deserve anything. Someone else said it, couldn't agree more. Chris doesn't deserve to wander around. I wonder how much money Chris just flushed away. He supposedly had the VIP pass, which was $275. If Cabbage Patch had one too, that means $550 just to get inside for one.
And you should be watching their streams. They are making bank, and I think Cabbage Patch is really doing her job in like keeping Chris from spending their money on too much stupid shit. So
was Cabbage Patch a dance as well?
Was it?
Can we get some footage of her doing the Cabbage Patch?
That would be the greatest thing ever.
I need to see that.
All right, I'm getting my back is starting to get very sore sitting here. So let's go over to our sausages, shall we?
Plant sausage.
Or the O button now is ordinary sausage on my one.
I like the fact that some of me and my friends' weird slang has become part of my phone has learned our slang is real words. Because it starts to show up in the autocorrects.
One sausage and one. So we'll have the sriracha steak and
cucumber.
Oh, you want the cucumber
Yeah,
instead of
Mustard
sriracha?
cake? Oh god.
I mean, they're a minute. We can do both.
Okay.
If you can handle it.
And the Stroop waffle.
Yes.
That's good. At least from the thumbnail.
Here we go again. 15-minute cucumber, 30-minute cucumber.
This is gonna be just water.
Cucumber. All right, I think we're about ready here.
So much cooking on this stream.
This one doesn't want to participate in the cucumber games. Oh my god.
Well, it needs a red nose then.
15-minute cucumber? The skin peels right off of that. It's actually kind of good this way. It kind of tastes like fried zucchini.
Whoa!
30-minute cucumber? It looks
So not the same thing, but this
the exact
reminds me
same
of
thing going on here. It's a lot more mushy. And it tastes
what's it
equally
called?
as mushy. And 1 hour
Sorry, of what?
Oh, that looks rough.
Sorry, I'm trying to remember the name of the thing now that I've brought it up. Shit.
That looks like if you get like really cheap sausages, like regular pork sausages, and put them in the air fryer and leave them too long, they'll just whizen up into something like that.
Oh, there's still a little bit of
Rouladen.
cucumber in there. Let's give
Reminds
it
me
a
of
try.
rouladen a little
And
bit.
once again, proving that nothing needs to be deep fried for an hour is the cucumber. The 15-minute cucumber is actually very good. So although I'd give the hour cucumber a 0 out of 5, I would give the 30-minute cucumber at least a 2 out of 5, and I would give the 15-minute cucumber a 4 out of 5.
Nice.
Before we go any further, one last time, I will ask anyone watching right now if they are enjoying themselves to like, share, and subscribe. Check out the links down below for Discord, Twitter, Twitch, Streamlabs. If you want to help that blue bar get a little more blue, and
a little more bar.
Yeah, indeed. Actually, I think it's as bar as it can be now, but it could definitely do with the blue. And of course, if you are subscribed over on Twitch and are part of the Discord, you can join the watch party on the 18th. So that's this Thursday. That's my birthday, and I've got a big old 2-day stream planned for you guys. So join the fun, enjoy much alcohol, random videos, bit of gaming, and watching me stuff my face and kill off brain cells. And then we can go and watch Kung Fury and as I pass out. Because by the time we're there, yeah, it was Billy Boy's idea. Because it was his chart.
Kung Fury, that is one of the most aggressively 80s things I've ever seen in my life.
I
grew up in the 80s.
I loved it. I watched it. I didn't help.
God,
I didn't help it. I didn't help it on Pirate Bay when it was trying to get like kickstarted. They helped out a little bit, but I remember the ads all the time. So when I finally came along, I actually like tossed them a few bucks once it was done.
Oh, by the way, that reminded me of something. Speaking of Pirates Bay,
yeah,
or just pirating in general, there is some big gaming news recently. There was a private server that had gotten a hold of the City of Heroes game code and was running it technically illegally. You know where I'm going with this. They're running the server technically illegally, although the whole time the company that owns it, NCSoft, knew about it and was okay with it. Then they weren't shooting it down because they had a good relationship with each other and stuff. But recently, this private server has been given an official legal license to run the game. And now they're no longer pirates. So everybody go out and play City of Heroes Homecoming because it is now fully endorsed.
And does that also include City of Villains?
Yeah, so City of Villains, City of Heroes, the whole City of X package.
All right, we have to
Glorious.
do this one before there's another artificial shortage. Whenever Sriracha sales start dipping, they all of a sudden...
That is very hard to get over here in my part of Ireland.
It's magically back in stock. You don't fool me, Sriracha. Oh,
One of the few sauces.
Steakling.
Oh God. Oh. What is?
I
What
know
is
somebody's
stomach?
very excited by this video already.
Yeah.
And there goes Mickey.
Wicks here. All right, we're done. And we got a perfect medium out of that. Medium rare. Here we go. Oh my God, it's decadent. It's an amazing steak. It's on the spicy side, so if you've been wanting your steak spicy, I mean,
What a surprise.
This is a good way to go about it. And
Yeah,
it's not
well, what do you think would
overpowering
happen
in
to
the
yourself,
sriracha department. It's
Hey,
it
welcome back,
provides a
Mickey.
nice baseline of garlic and other spices. I'm gonna make another one right after.
You heard the Discord noises. It sounded like you disconnected there for a minute.
A 5 out of 5.
A rare. Hell, I should ponder next time I'm making steak. If I'm not gonna do Jake's giant effort to make a good steak, I should make a amazing steak with sriracha.
That was a lot of sriracha to use up for it, but
Yeah, I'm not
the
gonna use
results look pretty good.
nearly that much sriracha, but I might baste it in it afterwards or during. Boop, boop.
Well, hey there, folks, and welcome back. I guess
Stroop
if
waffle.
you've been on an economy Delta flight in the past 10 years,
Nicole,
then
how dare you?
you gotta know what these are.
I'm not
They're
okay with this
stale
cultural
waffles
appropriation.
With, is it honey? Is it maple syrup? It's glucose syrup. Oh, but they're great. They're a nice little treat to
That
have
doesn't
on the
mean
airlines,
anything.
especially when you missed your layover. So today we're going to compete a
I'm sure I've had
waffle
them at some
sausage
point.
with a stroop waffle and pork sausage.
Oh yeah, that's the stroop.
Stroop waffle might be a little too the stickiness was too much for the grinder. We needed to wait
Look at
for
what's
the
happening to his
syrup heat
wall.
up.
It's getting so stained.
Rice cake.
Should put up some like paper on it or something.
He does for Christmas, and then he tears it down.
I just mean like a different protective layer every time, you know? Like one of those food surface
Hand stuff it. And don't let
wax
anyone
paper
tell you
things.
that you can't stuff your sausages with your hand. That's it. It's perfectly legal. You can't be too greedy. You can't shove it all in
Lewd.
there all at once. We got ourselves a long sausage. She's got sausage. She knows how to use them.
That's called food porn.
And 3, 2, 1. Let's sausage.
Sausage.
I don't know about you, but that seems like the perfect amount of casing. With special thanks to today's Mark Boxalo.
I thought that was Cyrax there on the
This
left.
guy over the sausage.
In the chair. Yeah, his head.
Looks like him to me.
Let's go on HelloFresh. HelloFresh. Yeah.
Goodbye, Fresh.
Like blah.
It's a
Come on
certified
now. Hey,
buffalo.
you,
Siraxalo.
Not great. Not a great will it blow. So I'm gonna have to give that will it blow 1 Mark Ruffalo. Oh, Feifel got some on his head. Oh, I'm sorry.
A very excited Ruffalo, though.
Here we go.
Burst. I'm gonna say no.
This one I think is done, and this one I think's got a few minutes left on it. All right, I think it's finally done. Okay, let's open them up.
The honey
and
will
see how
probably be
we
nice.
did. Looks very compact in there. And this one
Probably
still
might be
looks
dry
raw.
then.
How could it be raw? It cooked for 30 minutes. You gotta account for extra time for the strip waffle. All right, we'll try the entirely strip waffle first. Here we go. Very nice. It's got it. You know, it tastes like a strip waffle plus a nice.
Hope he goes on
sausage
more
skin.
sausage
Really
tours
good.
this
Really
year.
good. I'll give this a 4 out of 5. And now for the, you know what? I'm gonna microwave this. All right.
Yeah.
A whole lot worse if you ask me. But here we go.
Looks like a horse's cock.
You know what? It's pretty darn good. And it's at this moment that
Tastes
I
like raisins,
realized
then.
that we didn't put any
Yeah.
salt or pepper in this sausage, which is something I'm afraid that it needs to be a 5 out of 5. You know what? It kind of tastes like a McGriddle. Just needed a little bit more salt to reach the 5 out of 5 stage, and not be raw on the inside also to reach a 5 out of 5. So in conclusion, they're both good sausages.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to give these sausages here a 4 out of 5.
Respectable.
Damn, that sausage is jamming out.
Boop.
It's just all dribbled out. Ah.
Alright. Yeah. Ooh, spam. The unappreciated chef. No, I'm gonna be honest with you. My stomach, it feels quite the rumbly, and I don't mean food. I need to go to the toilet. So let's just get the buff out of the way. the corral.
Any chef that is cooking with spam does not deserve to be appreciated.
I'll do it in private and in shame, you know. I mean, why? I agree. I agree with you.
Lovert.
Hmm?
He sings, "I want to be your lovert."
I want to be your lover. So,
what else we got?
We'll pick something, then you guys
Okay.
can do your shilling, and yes. So this is the newest. That's the one we watched last, and then
I don't know. I feel like him
you.
doing Prince would be pretty weird.
He's on Prince before. We've covered him.
He's probably done all these artists before.
Oh yeah, sure.
Or you want Johnny Cash Hurt, which is really Johnny Cash 9 Inch Nails, but good. What do you think, Mickey?
Hurt.
Hurt. Yeah, let's do Hurt.
Okay, so before we let him do his thing, he really has to move that bike, for Christ's sake. So, how about we all go and do our shilling before we go? Mickey, you up first.
I don't know, just check out my stuff, you know. I haven't uploaded that much, but
That was very succinct and to the efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
got my shit, that's it.
Correctus.
Yeah. Is your shit in the doobly-doo?
It is.
Maybe.
Awesome.
On YouTube, Micky Richards, they can look it up if they care enough.
Yeah. You know, you don't want to sell yourself too much, man. Like, you're going to scare them off with the oversell,
passion.
You know?
Yeah, they'll find it, the hell with them.
Yeah, if you thought that some of the horrible foods we watched today was bad, you should see what Mickey's been eating in the past. Give them for the run of the money at the very least. And run to the bathroom with tremendous diarrhea.
Enjoy.
Krenda, what will we be finding you doing after this?
Well, I had to miss a stream for emergency being called into work yesterday where the building decided to snow on me. So instead I've been giving this upcoming Tuesday off, which I normally work. So I'm going to do a stream on Tuesday that I don't normally do. So for Little Tears of the Kingdom time, let's do it.
Sweet. Link down there for it. As for me, as it is my birthday week, I am pondering what to do with that. Now, Wednesday and Thursday is going to be here. And if you're wondering, Sunday, I believe your favorite son is returning to us with much in the way of to be proud of, because he's been he just pumped out a new Witcher video today, Witcher 2 retrospective. Been watching that on and off throughout the day. They're really chunky ones too. But obviously we're mostly going to be talking on things that really matter, like Cobes' cooking. I mean, come on, we are a very serious podcast here. But beyond that, I will be probably on Twitch either tomorrow or Tuesday playing Dragon Age, which I've been putting off for a long time. Time to get back into it. Link down there. And also don't forget that on Thursday is the watch party, which I will stagger into on the Discord for anyone who is a member of that. To do that, all you have to do is become a subscriber over on Twitch. That's basically it. That's basically it. So how about we get into this then?
What's up, it's your boy Buff Crab, baby, back my bit LZ, back to tell a friend, boy, 1, 2, 2, back on up,
He's been saying a pump last few ones a lot.
Let's get it out further. Anyways, today we're gonna do Johnny Cash Hurt. On ones and twos, your boy Buff Crab back on the let's get out further.
Whoa!
Hold on 1 second.
Is that a tricycle? That's not a bike, that's a tricycle.
Nice.
Oh, he'd rock a tricycle. Allegedly, Gage is right. No matter how good this is, Cobes is still better.
To see if I
Still feel.
I focus on the pain.
Oh, he's not built for this.
The only thing that's real. The needle tears a hole.
Right there in his belly.
The old familiar sting. Try to kill it away. But I remember.
He can't match the tone.
Definitely not.
He doesn't know what to do with it.
Everyone I know goes away in the end.
Watching an asexual try to flirt with someone.
My empire of dirt. I will let you down.
No.
I will make you
Hurt. Something like Goofy there at the end there. Footwork's still great. Though last week was brilliant.
I wear this crown of thorns upon my liar's chair, full of broken thoughts. I cannot repair.
He's bouncing Johnny's ghost.
The stains of time, the feeling disappears.
Or Trevor Snore.
Yeah.
It's unclear which one.
Someone else. I am still right here. What have I
You think he knows this was actually a Nine Inch Nails song?
I don't think. Maybe next week we'll get the 9 Inch Nails version, and he won't know the difference.
It's Cash's version, but he didn't do the song originally.
Yeah, I know.
Also, I wonder if it feels weird for Trent Reznor to know he would cover by Johnny Cash. But yeah, he didn't see the one coming.
Now it's getting a bit faster, a little more busy. He's getting a little more into it. Yeah. Hey. Bop. No signal. Yeah. Good for ooh. I know what I'm copying. I know what I'm watching after this. I need to find out what the story of that face is. All right. Thank you everyone who tuned in. You all take care. Thank you Mickey and Krendar for showing up.
Indeed.